and I have Gifty back with me.
Hello.
And this video is a video about what we would tell our younger selves.
Yes.
So, I don't know about you, but when I was growing up, well, we're both African, we're both from Ghana. It was not easy.
No.
Like, I had a tough well, not tough, but I mean, I just felt like, you know, I had a lot of responsibilities when I was younger, so it made things hard. Okay, you're the baby.
I'm the baby last.
You're the baby last, I'm the eldest, so it was different growing up in the 90s, and I didn't really like high school very much.
Oh no?
I had an awkward high school. Well, not awkward, I look back at my pictures and
cringe.
oh my gosh, it's more than cringe. People come over and they're like, that was you? Yeah.
Oh my god. High school for me was...
Yeah, me too. Like,
I was the kid. I was like the typical black girl with like the bubbles, had to match her shoelaces, had to match her top.
you're so cute. I saw some of your high school pics. You were so cute.
Cringe.
No, I don't think they're cringe-worthy. Mine were cringe-worthy. I'm gonna put some pictures in the video, and please don't laugh. Gifty, we have to do it. We have to encourage those people that are in high school right now for them to know that it will get better.
It will. You grow up.
You grow up.
You grow up.
And then you discover makeup. And you can look like a human being.
Discover good hairstylist too.
Yes. YouTube nowadays has changed the game. So, yeah. What would you tell your younger self about when it comes to education?
Oh, like education?
Like if you were talking to yourself right now, like the young Gifty, the high school Gifty, what would you tell
I would
Gifty?
look her in the eye.
Yes.
And I would say, Gifty na adjokor qualfio.
She said her full name, y'all.
Please don't have me on Facebook, I'm joking. Keep your mind on the books and not on friends.
Ah, that's a good one.
I was so like, oh, I need to be friends with this person. I need to be friends with this person. Oh, I need to do this. I need to do this. And I was like, so not on my books. Like, you're in school for your books. What are you doing? Like, oh, like, stay on your books.
Exactly.
I don't, like, yeah. Most of that.
I would tell, if I could tell Diana a Rabna Asibuo back in high school, well, I would look her in the eye and tell her, Diana, stop procrastinating. I used to procrastinate so much. I used to procrastinate so much, and I even remember instances like later on in high school, like towards the end. Mom, I hope you're not watching. I skipped the class. Yeah, I know. And we went shopping, and I remember it was me and my friend. Yes, we went shopping. It was our first time skipping school because we weren't allowed going anywhere where I went to high school. So we went to the mall. It wasn't even you know where it was? We went to Atwater Mall because it was close to our school, and we thought it was like the ish back then. Yeah.
I just skipped you.
Yes, but the whole time we were scared. We're like, what if they call attendance? And I remember once they called my mother.
You have to say the story.
Yes. Oh my goodness. They called my mother. Okay. What happened was we skipped an exam.
An exam?
Okay, not an exam, a test. It was a test because we had a substitute teacher that day, but we didn't know that they were gonna do a pop quiz or whatever.
Oh, the pop quiz.
So me and two of my other friends, Megan and Shifa, if you guys are watching, hey, we decided to skip class that day. Well, first we said we were gonna go to the library like nerds. And then we we skipped class to go to the library and do the homework we didn't do for the other classes.
But yeah, you missed the pop quiz.
Exactly. So what happened was the following day, the teacher comes back and he's like correcting everything, and he noticed that our papers were not there. So, like, I think it was Megan got a text message from her mom saying, Megan, call me back, it's serious. And we all started freaking out because we knew right away what it was about. So I'm trying to call our voicemail from my cell phone so I can delete the messages, but my dad had already heard it. I think my mom too, so I'm like, oh no, it's over, I can't go home. I'm homeless. You know what I mean? Like, I'm finished.
So when you got home, what happened?
So when I got home, it turns out that my parents listened to the message, but then I think they got confused. I don't think they really you know, African parents, they have selective hearing. So I was so fortunate, nothing. I'm like, thank you, Jesus.
That is so good.
Class, I can't. But we were shaking the whole day. Like, I was nervous. I couldn't eat. I was like twitching. I was like, I'm so nervous. I was holding my pen like this to write. It was all in like zigzags and everything. It was really bad.
Oh my
it was
God.
so bad.
You're cool. You see, I never got the guts to skip class. I never skipped class in my life.
You're so good.
Even like now, like even if I'm sick, like I'm like, I just threw up and I'm sick, I have to go to class, Mom. And she'd be like, no, you have to stay home. I'm like, oh, what if I miss something important? Like I never had the guts to skip class.
You're so good.
I don't know. I don't know.
You're so good.
I never had the guts. Like I never had
never skipped class?
No.
Ever?
No, I never had the guts.
You had perfect attendance?
Perfect.
Oh my God.
Till university, yeah, perfect. Like
wow.
It's weird.
No, that's amazing.
I never had the guts to. I was scared. I was literally that scared.
I guess I was a rebel. I didn't do anything crazy in high school, but I mean, I skipped class once or twice. Yeah. What would you tell your young self? What advice would you give your young self when it comes to dating?
Ooh, dating.
Yes.
I would say, don't look at the person's physique, like in terms
physical
of
characteristics.
Yeah, like don't look at the person from the outside. Look at them from the inside. Know who they are inside, and
Okay.
don't look at like.
Okay,
I don't know how to say it.
No, I know exactly what you mean, because I feel like when we're young, we tend to be very shallow.
Exactly.
And we don't really look at,
how much people does he know? What is he wearing? What's his style? No. Like it's like that doesn't matter when you get older. It's more of, do you respect me?
Exactly.
Do you actually like me? Like behind the face? Like that's what I would I'd be like.
That's amazing advice. I would tell myself, oh my gosh, what would I tell my, well, if we're talking about high school Diana or university Diana, well, I think in high school I wasn't really boy crazy. I never was the type to run after. Well, I wasn't really cute either. I looked like such a nerd.
I wasn't either, don't worry.
I looked like such a nerd. Like, seriously.
With my bubbles.
Oh, I don't even want to describe what I looked like. It was just horrible. But, yeah, so I don't think it was an issue back then. But I think later on, I think that I would have told myself, just be really mindful. Like, don't be naive. When someone shows you their true colors or shows you who they are, believe them. Maya Angelou, right? Like, believe them. And
that's true.
And I think that would have helped me, move on a lot faster, I guess you can say. So I think that's pretty much it. I think I would have told myself not to be so naive and, to really assess the person as a whole. And you might have feelings for someone, but you really, if they're showing you who they are, then it's who they are. They're not gonna change, and that you can't change people.
No.
So that's definitely.
Leave that to God.
Yeah, seriously.
Leave that to God.
I would tell my younger Diana, don't give up. And especially when you're having one of those long, sad days, that it does get better. It really, really does. And there's more to life than whatever circumstance you're in at the current moment. And, to pray more, obviously rely on God. Because a lot of times we like to, carry a lot of the burden on ourselves.
Yeah.
We don't have to. So I definitely would have done that. Yeah. That's what I would tell my, the younger Diana. And just I feel like I wish I would have done more. Like in university, when it comes to school, I was never really part of any social groups or anything like that. I really kept to my own bubble, and I wish I would have joined an association, or I would have, networked a bit better. I was really I would go to class and then I'd go back home. So I wish I would have mingled more. That's basically what I would have told my the younger Diana, young Dee. Just, talk to other people, get to know people, be more outgoing, and yeah. What about you?
Well, you just made me think about things. Like, when I was younger, I used to have I wasn't saved, I would say, and I relied on myself more, my physique, my abilities. And I would tell the younger Gifty right now, have faith. Stop thinking in terms of inside the box. Think outside the box and what God can do for you. He created the whole universe. So what do you think that he cannot do?
That's true.
So I would tell her, get up and believe. Like, you can achieve anything you want to do. And I was part of a lot of associations. I would say, well, 2 mostly. I was part of the Christian club, and I was part of the newspaper club, and I enjoyed it a lot. But all that isn't like, I loved it, like the newspaper club I'm talking about more as, I loved it and all, but like when you're not saved, you don't feel happy. And
I know what you mean.
I don't know what to say. Like,
what you
it was just like a bypass. But I feel like if I was saved at that time, I would have put so much energy into it. I'd have been so happy in it. So it's really based on, like, I would have told her to have more faith. Like, rely on your faith, like on God.
True.
I was so lost. Like, it was like, I look back, I'm like, oh, like, what if something happened to me and I wasn't saved? Like, I was so lost.
I think we all were. I mean, it's part of growing up. You don't know what you want to do. You don't know who you want to be. You're just confused. And I think that, especially for the younger people out there right now that may be watching this video, that you don't have to figure it all at once. Have a lot of patience. I feel like when I was young, well, even now, I don't have a lot of patience. And, you know, without sounding too spiritual, I know that that's what we do, and some people might not be into religion, but that's okay. What was I saying?
Being spiritual.
Okay. You know, God's time is the best time for everything. Sometimes we want things right away, and, you know, we feel like we can get it on our own, and you have to understand that everything happens for a reason in life. Everything happens for a reason, and I'm so thankful for all the different experiences that I've had along the way. And even when things seem hard, even when you're heartbroken for whatever reason, it doesn't necessarily have to be because you were in a relationship or anything like that. Just know that it does get better.
Everything has a season.
Everything has its season, and it passes, and it gets so much better. You might be in a situation right now where you just feel so torn. Like, you feel like it's never gonna get any better, and you're just stuck in that. And there is light at the end of the tunnel. So I think that's definitely something that keeps me going. I don't know if it helps you, but I think thinking positive has really helped me. Like, it's saved me so much. That and knowing that, you know, I don't have to fight my battles alone. You know, you have someone that's there to fight your battles for you. And, you know, what better person to have on your team than God? Seriously.
It doesn't get any better.
Really?
It doesn't get any better.
Exactly. So, you don't have to fight your battles on your own.
Yes, at all. They're fighting it for you.
Exactly.
Just rest. Just
rest. And talk to people. Like, if you have someone that you can confide in, like, you know, a friend or even a family member, you don't have to keep everything buried in. I think that I was always the type of person that
kept it in.
And I was so independent and so used to doing things on my own that I couldn't reach out for help. Like, I didn't know how to ask for help because I was so used to doing everything on my own. Like, it's not my thing to ask people for help. So just know that you don't have to do it all on your own. You can always reach out, and I think it makes you feel better when you share things with people.
Exactly, because you don't know who has been in your shoes before.
Exactly.
And they can advise you and be like, my friend, or whoever it is, get up. It gets better.
Exactly.
Everything, like I said, everything has a season. You're not stuck in this dry season forever.
No.
There is always something after that has helped you to get there, because you've gone through that trouble. You're able to surpass another one that's coming.
Exactly.
And not necessarily always trouble after trouble, but you learn from things, and then you get better at it, and you're getting better, and you're reaching your goals and your success, and it just gets better.
Exactly. And don't let anyone ever turn off your light or dim your light. Like, know what you're capable of doing. Believe in yourself. And I think it's something that sounds really simple and obvious, but a lot of people don't believe in themselves. And I think that if you are sure of what you want to do, if you are sure of yourself, you know your capabilities, you know your strength, there's no one that can take that away from you unless you let people, right? So I think that in life, you know, whether you're young or you're older, and these are things that you can apply to your life later on, or even as we speak right now, it's just good to know that you can achieve your dreams. I'm all about encouraging people and pushing people to, you know, reach their full potentials and tap into that extra, you know, extra little God that they have in them. Like, I feel like, you know what my favorite parable is in the Bible? The parable of the talent. I love that parable because it teaches you so much about, you know, the strength that God gives us. And, you know, he gives us so much power, and he wants you to use it. He wants you to use your talents to help other people. He doesn't want you to bury your strength or your talents or anything like that. He wants you to use it to glorify him and you know, to inspire other people too. So I think that's something that keeps me motivated.
Yeah, and always, if let's say you've done something wrong and you feel guilty about it, and you go and you pray about it, believe in yourself that you're forgiven. Because sometimes we do something that we feel guilty about, and then we just keep on, no, I cannot face God. He's gonna be so mad at me. But girl or guy, like, when you go to God and you pray to him, he has heard you and he has forgiven you. So now it's up to you to forgive yourself. And if you keep burying yourself, then you're pushing away from him, and then where are you leading? Right back to another sin. So always, I would say, always forgive yourself as well, which was really hard for me to do when I was younger. I was always like, I'll do something and I'll feel bad. I'm like, and I'd be buried in it for like a week, and it's like, all this time you could have just prayed to God and he would have just lifted that burden off of you.
Exactly.
But yeah, you're stuck in it.
It's so, I think we forget that at times. You're so buried into your own problems that you forget that all you have to do is pray and reach out, and he's there to help you. So that's pretty much what I have, or what I would tell myself, what I would have told myself when I was younger, and what I keep telling myself now.
Exactly. And I would say to love yourself.
Yes.
You are beautiful.
You are.
So you have to love yourself.
You really do. And loving yourself just doesn't just mean like, you know, buying expensive clothing or like wearing a ton of makeup, or, you know, having to look a certain way to please other people. Loving yourself comes deep within you.
Exactly. Like, you know your worth, and you know you're here for a purpose, and you're here to fill that purpose.
Exactly.
It doesn't have to be necessarily characteristics.
I think that's what keeps me going in life, knowing that you're here for a purpose, and, you know, trying to find what that purpose is part of the journey, but just know that you're here for a purpose, and you wouldn't be here if God didn't have a plan.
Exactly.
Right? So,
many things could have happened to you, but you're still here. You have a purpose.
Exactly. So I guess that's all we have.
We're so happy you watched this.
Yes, it was our pleasure. And this is actually the first of many series that I hope that I will start on this channel. And I want to call this segment Motivational Mondays. So it's just, you know, a few words to encourage you to keep you going, especially on Mondays. It's the longest day.
To be honest, I love Mondays, but I don't know. I'm very
Fridays. Exactly. So let me know if you like this video. If you have any questions or any comments, please leave them in the comment bar below, and thumbs it up, share it. If this video has touched you or has inspired you, or even if you want to, you know, do your own tag or whatever, do that and let me know. And answer in the comment bar, what would you tell your younger self? If you can give your younger self one piece of advice, what would it be? So thanks again for watching, and I hope you guys have an amazing Monday and an amazing rest of the week.
Yes, we hope you do.
Bye.
Bye, take care.